The Epson EcoTank 8550 is one of the best printers that I've found in my research to handle multiple types of projects you can throw its way. It has a ton of capabilities, and it has refillable ink reservoirs, so you don't have to mess with ink cartridges anymore. I decided to pick one up to see its capabilities, and in part 1 of this series, we're going to take a look at the unboxing of the Epson EcoTank 8550 and see what's inside. So if you're ready, let's get started. Okay, so here we are with the box, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut it open and see what's inside. So this is what the box looks like. You've got the Epson label up front, and now we're going to go ahead and cut it and see what's in there. Okay, so the first thing we're going to see, it comes with all this documentation. It's got a little setup disc if you ever want to use that. It's got the start here instructions, and it's got some other paperwork. We've also got some other instructions here, a couple plastic bags. If you ever want to wrap it, it looks like you can put it inside the container. And now there's a lot of packaging. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what's inside. Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead and open up this plastic and let's see what the printer looks like. All right, so here's the printer unit, and it looks like we have a lot of this blue tape in the packing and everything, so we're going to go ahead and remove all that. But the first thing I want to look at is this Start Here guide that comes with the printer. And one thing that it says is to make sure that you don't open the bottles until you're ready to actually use the ink. So I'm going to go ahead and follow these directions, and it looks like we want to take the tape off in an outward direction. And then once I take off all the tape, we'll go ahead and go to the next step. Okay, so I was just looking at the Start Here guide again, and one thing I wanted to share is that there are 2 different cassettes where you actually load the paper. So if we pull down this front-facing piece right here, what you'll see is that we have the upper cassette right here, and this allows you to do 4x6 as well as other sizes for smaller size photo paper, and you can adjust this for whatever size you want. And then you've also got the lower cassette, and the lower cassette is going to be where you can pull all of this out, and I didn't see this part in the beginning. And so what you'll see is there's another piece of blue tape here to pull off, and this is where you would put the larger sizes of photo paper, and they show you little pictures and diagrams how to load it. They tell you the size of the paper, if it's 5x7, so on and so forth, and these are also adjustable, so you adjust it to the size of the paper that you need. So I'm going to go ahead and reload this tray back in, and then as you can see, it just slides right in. Lower that flap down again, and then I'm going to put that other upper tray that goes in there, the cassette number 1. I'm just going to slide it right back in, and then go ahead and close it. All right, and then one last thing I want to show you after reading the user's guide. I'm going to go ahead and slide the printer forward, and then what you'll see is back here there is another flap that comes up, and there's a slot back here that you can actually use to load paper as well. And so there's a blue dial right here that you can use, and you can slide it to change the size of paper. And there's another piece right here that follows along the size, so you can adjust the size of paper you load in the back as well. I'm not going to go into the details of how to do that just right now, so let's go ahead and get back into the unpacking of this video. All right, and then another thing that you saw when I was unpacking everything and removing all the blue tape, it also does have a portion where you can scan. So as you can see, it's a pretty nice surface area right here. You just lift this flap right here. Another thing is you've got this adjustable screen right here. So we'll go into this a lot more in detail when I get a little more accustomed with this printer. But one thing that we'll also look at is if I close this, you can actually lift up this whole entire top piece, and then this is where you'd actually load all of the ink. So you would just lift the flap, load the inks, and what we're gonna do is, in another video I'll show the setup, and so we'll see how we can take all of these different ink cartridges that come with the printer. There's a few more that I can't grab with both hands, but we'll go ahead and look at that in a video coming up, but this is just to give an idea of what it looks like when you actually unpack the printer. All right, and lastly, we have the power cable that comes with the printer. We're not gonna plug everything and get everything set up. This is just an unboxing, but this is what it looks like when you're looking at the actual printer. You've got those EcoTank portions right here where you put the ink in. You've got that nice big screen. You got the power button, and then you've also got a couple slots right here. There's one for SD cards, and there's one for a USB on the bottom. And then, like I said, we've got that nice scanning capability right here, and everything looks nice. So stay tuned, and we will get a setup video here shortly.